Andrew Dye here, Unity Homes, back on the site of the Xyla project that we're general contracting here in Alstead, New Hampshire, making steady progress. The exterior is mostly finished, and now we're at the finished carpentry phase on the inside. So that's cabinets, flooring, interior doors, and trim. And we're going to be focused on those finished details, both on the inside and on the outside, as we do a walkthrough today. If you've seen previous videos that we've made of this project, then this will look familiar to you. So exterior finish details, we've got a simple traditional flat casing here wrapping the windows and the doors. You can see that that casing wraps under the metal windowsill that's part of these European style tilt-turn windows. So the metal sill gets screwed to the bottom of the frame with end caps here that finish it off, and then the trim just wraps around that metal sill. Because these windows are mid-mounted in the thick walls, we use an extension jamb here to finish the exterior of the rough opening. Typically we'll use a plastic product for that, like an AZEK material. If it's going to be painted dark, then you need to be careful because the plastic, particularly when it's dark, can shrink and swell. And so you want to make sure that, that the material that's being used for that is appropriate. Because Unity is general contracting this project, it's in the next town over from where we're located. All the people doing the work on it are subs that we work with regularly. The details that I'm going to focus on here are finished details that may be helpful for a general contractor and carpenters who are not used to working on Unity projects, who haven't done it before. So, noted the trim. We've got trim blocks, which are pretty typical here for outlets and hose bibs and things like that. The exterior finish on these doors is worth noting because, again, the doors themselves are mounted midway in these walls, so you'll see extension jambs on the exterior and on the interior. And we use a sill pan flashing that typically gets covered with some sort of finish. So here we've used a piece of decking to cover that flashing. And because the doors are pre-installed in the wall panels, we have something called a door buck that frames underneath it, and those door bucks need to be finished with trim as well. And then here you get a closer look at the parging that's on the exterior insulation on the foundation. Here you can see the tilt-turn windows are in the tilt mode, these particular ones to allow for ventilation inside the house. The roof trim we've got here is a pretty typical sort of two-piece fascia and rake, and then there are frieze boards there at the top of the clapboard. Again, all pretty typical carpentry. This is fiber cement composite trim and siding on this house. Here at the screen porch, you can see that the concrete foundation, the slab foundation, actually extends out a little bit past the posts and the panels, and that's mainly for structural reasons, to allow sufficient purchase hold downs for those timber posts at the corners. And the slab is pitched so that any water that does get underneath those panels will flow out, so it's pitched down to the right. What that means, and you finished carpenters working on screen porches take note, is that the bottom panels need to get basically cut on an angle or scribed to fit that slab. So we'll send the panels long if you're installing the panels, and then they'll need to be cut to fit on site. You can see there's a lot of beautiful joinery in these Port Orford cedar panels and timbers. Typically we'll provide them with screen panels, and then there are storm panels that are an option as well to switch out with the screen panels. It's easily done with the little turnbuckles inside the screen porch frames. While we're out here, we can take a look at the septic tank and the leach field. So these are ready for inspection, or just about ready for inspection. I think they've still got to connect the leach field with the tank, and then the pipe coming out of the house there will get connected to the tank as well. These will be inspected by a state inspector and then covered up and graded off. Here's another look at the east facade of this building. Take a look at that one intersection there between the main volume and the master wing. A little bit of a tricky detail where these roofs intersect. We've got a plumb rake board where the main roof comes down, and then we've got a square fascia on the lower roof that's coming across, and so where they intersect, it's just a matter of careful measuring and cutting and flashing to make that detail work. And here we are on the north side. You can see the owners have started to lay in some perennial plants there that'll form a border on this side of the house. Got some trim blocks up for electrical work, and then this tall trim board is for the line sets that are going to connect with the compressor unit, the outside unit for the mini split heating and cooling system. And here we are at the main entryway under that covered entry porch. Another interesting trim detail up there where the garage roof intersects with the shallower shed roof above the entryway. You guys clean it up for the day? No, just
to make it a little more presentable. Clean it up.
Oh, okay, that's good because you know I'm videotaping this now. Yeah.
I know, right?
Looks like you got a nice little workshop set up here. Here we are heading in from the garage to the connector. We've got this big closet on the right. We've got the entry door on the left. Again, this all should be pretty familiar if you've watched other videos of this project. And then we've got the laundry area that I think is also going to have the water heater here in this space. So the flooring that we've got down here is a water resistant flooring. It's all kind of click together flooring. We've got a different style of flooring, but also it's a click together floating floor in the main areas of the house. The brand we use is Cars. Maybe we can take a closer look at that. All right, coming into the main volume of the house, we've got the kitchen. The kitchen cabinets have been installed. This island here, the L-shaped base cabinets, the upper cabinets. And then we've got pantry cabinets here that are flanking the location of the refrigerator. There's a soffit above that you may recall from other videos, hides some ductwork, and that soffit runs all the way along. There's the wall cassette for the heating and cooling of this main area. This interior door has been installed but not yet trimmed. We're supplying them with split jambs, which gives some flexibility in terms of getting the right width on the jambs to match the walls. This is 5/8 sheetrock because the framing's 24 inches on center. Moving into this bedroom, you can see that the windows have been trimmed with that chamfer bead on 3 sides, and then there's natural finish Douglas fir sills. We typically install the sills with the chamfer down. That's a question that comes up often, and then this little apron piece to finish it off. And here's a closet that has yet to have the door installed. So the cabinets will be templated soon for the countertops. There's going to be stone countertops here. Here you can see the Vermont Natural Coatings Poly Way product that we use on the clear finished windowsills and apron pieces. We don't use that chamfer bead trim detail on the doors themselves. They've got extension jambs that come full width to the wall plane. We call this the Type 1 door trim, where we've got solid wood extension jambs and then 1x4 casing on the sides of the doors and 5/4x4 casing on the heads of the doors to give it a little weight. That thicker 5/4 head casing is something that we see more typically in the Xylas and the Varms and the Trads, which are the more traditional Unity platforms. In the Zoom, that head casing tends to be a 1x4 to match the side casing. So here's another look at that detail on the double doors going out to the screen porch. Kind of an alcove created by the soffit for the ductwork here. Some of the flooring here, the Torleys, is what's being used in the utility spaces. This sort of beaded underlayment is what we put between the car's floating floor and the slab that's underneath it. Here's another look at those Douglas fir sills and aprons. Apparently these guys didn't use fasteners through the sills. They were able to actually glue the sills in place using construction adhesive and an ingenious clamping system. And it makes for a really nice, clean, finished look on these sills. Moving down the hallway, they're in the process of installing these interior doors. This door goes into a mechanical space. We've got the Minotaur system that's doing both ventilation and providing some heating and cooling through a system of ducts. And just a small expansion tank coming in from the well. So these are water lines and a controller for that well pump. Here's the bathroom with this door installed, the flooring installed, and the vanity installed. Another bedroom. Sean and Walker, the carpenters, were just working on installing these double closet doors here. So they got the temporary blocking to get the jambs flush with the walls. They got the shims in place. Doing a nice job with this finished carpentry. And there's a well-sealed and insulated hatch that goes up to the unconditioned space where the trusses are. We've insulated the ceilings here, so that leaves the attic space unconditioned up above. And we've kept all the mechanicals, the ducts, and the mechanical equipment out of that unconditioned attic space. And heading into the primary bedroom. You can get a better look at that finished flooring. This is a 3-strip Cars oak flooring in the master. Nice warm yellow color on the walls. This is the primary bathroom with the vanity. The fixtures still to be installed. And a walk-in closet here. We'll take a quick look outside at the screen porch. So the screen door that comes as part of the package. There's those panels that are cut to match the pitch on the slab. You can see the little turn buttons that we use for fastening the screen panels and the storm panels. And here's another view of finishing off the bottom of the door with a sill piece and kind of an apron. I think that'll do it for this walkthrough of Unity's Xyla project here in beautiful Alstead, New Hampshire. We'll be back when the project is finished to take another look.